this now. Sorry about that. We are back here. Let's see. I'll load up another. This should be a lot better, I think. How's it now?
So far so good. Yeah. I'm not seeing any problems yet.
Well, it was lagging at this point before, so it should be pretty good now.
Yeah, it looks pretty smooth now.
Stupid camera always messes up on me. I gotta find a new camera software thing to use. Cause see how now my thing is green and it's half of it's kind of broken.
You got a green tinge to you.
Yeah.
Wrenching it up.
Yeah. Sometimes that's cause I use a for my camera. I use this PlayStation 3 camera, so I need a special software to use it in the programs or something.
Yeah.
And sometimes this happens. It's really annoying. I apologize for the random GG sounds every 5 seconds. I think we're just waiting for Wyatt to get out of his games. He's a team manager for TacticalCarnage. And then it should be starting in about 5 minutes. What happened to...
So how many games is this tonight? How many best of threes? Or actually,
well, no, I
best
think
of
it's
three,
one.
It's just winner stays format.
Yeah. I think last time it was a best of 7, so I'm assuming it's the same thing.
Oh wow! I just looked at the match history of one of our guys in the channel and clicked on one of his games, and randomly it was Complexity Cats that he played against.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, intense. Played Complexity Cats, I think last week or something. So, and he beat him, so.
The guy I'm looking at is REQ Slaned, and he apparently played Cats as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I can't wait till I play some well-known players.
Yeah, I think at least like 2 of the people on our team.
And it looks like he got 7 pulled by him. Oh, that sucks. Oh wow, and then 7 pull and then straight into a roach rush. That's brutal.
Yeah, I was watching Intense's stream at the time, and Cass was DMing him.
Wow. That's actually a neat strat though, that Cass did. Force the double gate or some kind of reaction to fend off the 7 pool and then just come in there with a bunch of roaches that you're not going to be ready for.
Yeah.
Dirty, but it'll win. He's all about that winning, because he's like pretty close to #1 GM.
Yeah. So, I should be starting somewhat soon. I'm waiting for Wyatt to send me a message. I think he said he was just finishing up a game, so I think after that. But we still have 2 more minutes. So grab yourself something to eat, because we should be starting any moment. Because once we start, you are not going to want to leave.
Exactly.
So grab
Get all your
yourself
supplies now. Get your canned food ready for the drought. Because we're going for a long time. This is a marathon, 72 hours, so you can't leave. You can't leave!
We'll come and find you if you do. Who's Swift? Who's Swift MND? And hello? Maybe I know you. Maybe I don't. Ah, hello. How's it going?
Someone talking in chat that I can't see?
Swift MND said hello to me.
Huh. For some reason my chat never works when I'm actually...
Okay,
Well, it shouldn't be a difference, because I'm still just watching it.
Okay, looks like we are getting into the, I am streaming, There is blah blah blah.
Oh, there we go. Only when I refresh it do I see the chat.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
Donde está? Where are you? Trying to. Okay, there. Suggested you to the game. Hopefully they will. There you go.
There we go.
Okay. Now let's do C, G. Let's do this.
Let's make sure we're referees this time.
Yeah. Hopefully they also don't change the players' colors and who's player 1 and who's player 2. Everything. That's really annoying. Frosty's red. That's 4 times. It's 10. Okay. Okay, looks like game 1 is going to be underway here in just a few moments.
We're getting the go-ahead from the players. And here's the countdown. So here we go. Second clan war of Tactical Carnage, this time versus Cyber Gaming. Hopefully we can win again.
Yeah, we beat wow. I don't even remember who we played. That's not good.
Impulse.
Impulse, right? And we beat them 4-1, I believe.
Yeah, quite a resounding victory.
Yes. Frosty
So we'll
did not
see.
play last week, so I've never seen Frosty play.
PVZ on Metalopolis. This will be Zerg favored if I'll take a leap there. I'm sure every Zerg will agree with me, and if you don't, you're probably not good enough to say so. But yeah, this is a pretty Zerg favored map, because you can split the map in half, because there's no close spawns, obviously, and then you only have those 2 lanes of attack, so the Zerg can easily find out exactly when you're attacking just by having the Zelnager towers. So here we go. Take it away. Introduce.
And of course, one of them decides to change their colors last minute, and I didn't catch it. Anyway, we have Frosty spawning as the light blue Zerg for Tactical Carnage at about the 2 o'clock position, and then at the 12 o'clock position, we have CG for Cyber Gaming Chrome as the light pink Protoss. I'm Steven Berger, aka Porky, the official caster for Tactical Carnage Gaming Community. You can find out more about us at TacticalCarnage.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Steven Berger. This is our second clan war. We won our last clan war last week, 4-1 against Impulse Gaming, and I'm here with.
Hey guys, I'm Visva, and I'm also here as the co-caster today. Second time casting. First clan war. Didn't cast the first clan war, so this will be a new experience. And right now we just see the Overlord from Frosty checking its way across the close air position, and smartly he's going to see the Nexus and move away from it so that, what's our Protoss? Chrome does not know that he's in the close air positions right away. He's going to have to scout himself, but he already does that. Looks like it was a... Wow, oh yes, it was a 9 pylon scout, so yeah. Looks like a Forge fast expand from the Protoss on Metalopolis nonetheless, so this guy wants to be greedy. I mean, Metalopolis isn't really a safe natural to take, especially with a Forge fast expand, but we'll see how the Zerg reacts to this. He's going to scout it with the Overlord, and will he just take a fast third, or will he just try to quickly all-in him and take him out?
Yeah, and it looks like that drone's going to be coming down. Looks like he might be gearing up for fast expansion here. Oh, but the pylon goes down to try and block any expansion coming from Frosty. Very nicely done by Chrome. And we'll see if Frosty's going to obviously take that down and probably take his expansion right after. And his spawning pool is about to finish here, so we should be seeing some Zerglings warping out very shortly, and it looks like we got 2 on their way, and he'll probably send those out, do some scouting here, but it looks like, and there goes the second base down for Chrome with no cannon yet. Very interesting there. Okay, and then there goes down the cannon. So those 2 Zerglings, when they come out to scout for Frosty, they will be taken out by the cannon once they get there.
And I'm just going to put my vision on directly to your vision so I can see exactly what you're seeing. And yeah, interesting here from the Zerg players, Frosty, he hasn't even expanded yet, so this is going to be a very late expansion. Obviously, the Protoss is getting his even before the Zergs. So unless Frosty reacts here, he's going to be way far behind. What I would have liked to see is, instead of just reacting to that pylon block, just go ahead to the third and plant his first expansion at the third, and then just take a quick third at his natural, and that will resolve any pylon blocks, and he'll still have a regular timed expansion, and he'll have a fast third, which is a good response anyway to this Forge fast expand from the Protoss.
Oh, looks like we got some lag coming from Frosty, but Frosty has taken now his natural expansion there, and like you said, very late expansion, especially on a map like this. And I mean, granted, Chrome hasn't had. I mean, his Nexus is about to finish now, so he will have a lot of extra mining time that Frosty will not. So I mean, as a Protoss player, it's always good to be ahead, or any player always be ahead economically ahead of a Zerg player. And we got the first gateway for Chrome has come out as well.
Yep, and he's already got 2 cannons and nicely positioned, the first one being right there. It's still in range of roaches, though. I would have liked to see it a little bit farther back, just in case a roach all-in comes. He's not going to be able to take out that cannon right there, but he does have the second cannon next to the assimilators, which is mainly just for Zergling run-bys and things of that nature. Prevent those. We already have a good amount of Zerglings on the way and on the field for Frosty, so it looks like he is going for a Zergling run-by. So it's smart to put that second cannon down there, and we'll see. There he goes right now, so we'll see the results of this.
Yeah, I mean, besides those 2 cannons out, all we have from Chrome, all we have from Chrome is a Zealot that should be popping up right about now. Although those are going to get there beforehand, and it looks like those 2 cannons are in range, but he's going to go right past that natural expansion, go right into the main here. And he's going to do some huge damage here. Probes have been pulled here, but I'm not liking the future for this main base. Yep, well, I mean, I'm liking it because I'm TacticalCarnage side, but we'll be right. We won't be biased.
And that's exactly what I was saying. He's actually getting his third base up behind this, so this is an economic run-by. It's not all in by any means. I mean, it's a small amount of Zerglings, so you could have figured that out for yourself. But there's cannons going down at the third, so this third is actually going to get denied. So they're trading economic damage. I think Frosty is going to be in the lead because there's no mining at the main base. He's possibly going to get this Nexus, but if not, he's still delaying mining a ton, and he's already taken out quite a few probes here. If we take a look at the unit workers lost, it is 5 workers total that have gone down, and the Nexus will go down in the main. So that's a huge, huge Zergling run by, and he's going to, no, he could have gotten that Zealot, but he backs away and not going to take it. So, and now the third is going down by those cannons.
Yeah, we'll see if Frosty decides to warp in some more Zealots to deal with that, although we have a Roach Warren going down and no Zealots are being morphed in, so it looks like he might just be letting that third expansion die off.
Yep, he didn't see those cannons, and once that hatchery comes up is when you have the vision, so he saw those cannons too late, the hatchery finished, and he has no defenses. All of his units are in the Protoss' main base. Well, now they're behind the mineral line. Oh no, that's an Overlord, sorry. And they're dead now, but he has rebuilt his main Nexus, but essentially he's on one base now with only a gateway and a freshly finished Cybercore with no warp gate on the way, so he is significantly far behind in tech, even with that sniped hatchery. I mean, just now adding on 2 more gateways, 2 more after those 2 more, so he's adding on a total of 4 gateways, so 5 for the time being, so we'll see if he's going for a 5-gate timing push, which is probably what he is doing. He's got the armor on the way, which is an interesting choice. He does already have the weapon, so that was a fast weapon upgrade.
Yeah, he got the weapons really early.
Yeah, that was a fast weapon upgrade and a fast armor, so we're probably just going for a +1/+1 timing push here, but not really much to his name.
Yeah, we already have a bunch of roaches coming out for Frosty. Obviously his third was taken out by those cannons which are up here, and we'll see if if Frosty decides to get rid of those cannons and maybe expand back there again. But I think right now he's just going to build up his army and probably make a push here while Chrome is, I mean, he's not looking in good shape right now. So I think the time to attack him is once Frosty just gets a decent army, just go in and attack like right now.
Yep, it looks like we have Glio Reconstitution and Zerg Tax level 1 on the way, and those are going to finish up around the same time. He should have got the Glio Reconstitution a little bit earlier, adding on these 2-second geysers at his natural, but just putting guys in them now. So he's going for a lot of gas. He's got all 4 geysers now, and roaches you don't need that much gas for, so we'll see what he's going to use that gas for, but definitely a huge roach timing is going to be coming as soon as that Glio Reconstitution and attack level 1 finishes.
And it looks like Frosty had an Overseer inside Chrome's base. He dropped the chain link, but that Overseer eventually did die off. And it looks like Frosty's going to be going for a 3rd base here. Not in the same position where those cannons were, so it looks like he's not going to be taking down these cannons, but he's going to put down his 3rd a little bit farther away.
And we'll see what he does with these roaches, if he goes over and clears out the cannons, or if he just goes for a straight attack. I would like to see him go for a straight attack, because if he takes out those cannons with the roaches, it's going to reveal just how many roaches he has. He could separate off some, but then that's going to leave him with less roaches for the attack. And here he goes. He's probably just going straight for the 3rd now with this attack route that he looks like he's taking. I would have liked it better at the natural, but he does have a lot of cannons there in defense, and he probably realizes that, and he's already taken out the main nexus, so he just wants to deny that 3rd, because once a Protoss gets on 3 bases, 6 gases total, it's pretty much a nightmare for any Zerg player.
And it looks like that 3rd is going to be taken down here. Chrome trying to defend this off, but it looks like he's going to pull off his units because he just doesn't not have enough here. Robotics Bay has just finished for Chrome, but I don't think Chrome's going to be able to build anything out of that, and there it is, GG.
Yep, that huge all those roaches he sees, and he knows he doesn't have anything to fight that off, so good game, well played from Frosty. Just hitting them with that +1 time attack with the roaches, man, and our Protoss player, Chrome, had nothing to deal with it. Taking his 3rd way too early, in my opinion. I mean, a lot of Protosses these days do play super greedy, almost too greedy. The 3rd base was so fast. I mean, seems like a normal timing to take it if you're already on that Forge Fast Expand route, but when you have your main nexus sniped in the very early stages of the game, and you only have, like, 5 sentries, 2 stalkers, and a few zealots as your entire army, and you're trying to expand off that, you can't really defend any 3rd with that tiny of an army. So, and the army value graph shows that Frosty was way ahead the entire time in army value and resource collection rate, so that game was firmly in his grasp.
I think there's Complexity's Fire Zerg is in the chat room here. It's interesting.
Well, looks like we have a celebrity cameo appearance.
I don't know, I checked his profile, and I mean, I think it is him. I mean, he's in the top 8 of his Master League. I guess it could be possible. Okay, so it looks like Game 2 is going to be starting here very shortly here. So, TacticalCarnage has won Game 1. So Frosty is going to be going on to play the 2nd game. Looks like it's going to be on MLG Shattered Temple here. We are just going to, gotta suggest you again, because apparently they don't, okay.
It's all good.
Oh wait, I can invite to the game.
So next map is Shattered Temple.
Oh, okay. I think I'm starting. Okay, and it looks like we are good to
Referee,
go.
please.
Oh yeah, forgot that I was.
And it's a TVZ now, reminiscent of last week's tournament when every game was a TVZ. But Shattered Temple, I don't know. I like this map. It's not really favored in either way, I would say. I mean, people can say it's favored one way or another, but that's just an opinion. In my opinion, that's an opinion. It really depends, though. If it's a close by air spawn locations, the Terran is going to be able to do a lot of drops, but the Zerg should be expecting this and plan ahead for it. But this middle ground is so open compared to the Lost Temple. This is the Shattered Temple remake. It's pretty old now, so everybody should be used to it. But this Shattered Temple has a huge open middle area, which is perfect for Zerg because Zerg needs to surround. They need plenty of room to run, all things like that. Terran loves the chokes because they're all ranged. So if you can get into a nice choke and prevent any melee units or any Zerg units from attacking your entire army instead of just your front line, that's always a good position for the Terran. And it is close by air, so we'll see if the drop play or any Banshee or any kind of close by air strategies are going to come into play.
Okay, so here we go. MLG Shattered Temple. We got Rejeki playing for Cyber Gaming, spawning as the purple Terran, and then spawning as the light blue or turquoise if you want to be more specific. Frosty, who won the last game for Tactical Carnage, he's going to be spawning here at about the 6 o'clock position. I'm Steven Berger, aka Porky, official caster for Tactical Carnage gaming community. You can find out more about us at TacticalCarnage.com. By the way, we are having an 8-person Diamond to Grandmaster tournament. To find out more about that, we're having that tomorrow at about, I think it's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But if you go to our website, TacticalCarnage.com, click on the forums, and then go to the StarCraft 2, you'll find the link for that and much more on how to sign up. It's on Zeek.com, so if you can find it on there too, that would be awesome. You can follow me on Twitter at Steven Berger. Also, follow us on Twitch TV. I mean, obviously, if you're watching us, you're on Twitch TV, so just click the follow button at the top. And I'm here with...
Hey guys, I'm Visva. I'm player of Tactical Carnage, and I'm going to be co-casting today with this great clan war that we have in store for us. Frosty winning his first game, going to be scouting again with that first Overlord and seeing what's this Terran's name? Sorry, Rejeki.
Yes, it's Rejeki, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but it is a hard word to pronounce. But yeah, he's trying to block this hatchery because Zerg loves to hatch first. Well, not loves, they basically always hatch first against a Terran because you don't really get blocked. Like, the only reason you don't hatch first against a Protoss is because they love to block you with that pylon, like we saw in the previous game. But Rejeki taking a note out of Protoss's strategy book and trying to block that for himself. He could have thrown down a supply depot and NG Bay, but the difference being SCVs do not heal, they do not have shields, so that's the main reason why they don't really go on blocking missions, because they're quite vulnerable out of all 3 of the races.
Yep, and it looks like that SCV might get taken out by Frosty, although it's not going to really matter if it gets taken out or not. Although he will get 1 unit loss, and looks like we got a Marine out for Rejeki right now. Looks like we got a factory starting to build, so my guess would be Hellions. Just because it is a Terran versus Zerg. Hellions are usually favored, and it looks like that SCV is going to be going down. But we'll see once that factory finishes if he's going to be going tanks, which is what you usually go. See, you can either go, if he's planning for some early harassment, he'll go with the Hellions, because then you can just drop the Hellions into the back of the bases and harass those drones. Or if he plans on going into a little bit of a macro game, he'll go tanks. But that usually depends if he can tell if the Zerg is going to go banelings or not. It looks like that factory is finished off here, and we got a reactor starting on the barracks. So we'll see if he switches the factory with the barracks. It looks like second base is starting for Rejeki too.
Sorry about that. Yeah, he will switch off the factory with the barracks. There he goes, lifting off now. One interesting thing to note was the reactor was a little bit late. It's only 10 seconds longer than the factory build time, so if you start at 10 seconds after the factory is building, you're going to have the perfect timing to switch over. So he is going for the reactor Hellion opening. This is a great opening. It denies mostly the main reason to get reactor Hellions is we'll see how many he gets, but it's usually just to deny the creep at the natural. He doesn't want any creep, super early spreading off to the middle of the base because he's going to be gearing up. Let's see if he adds on a tech lab to the barracks. There he goes. He'll probably switch out again this factory and the barracks for siege tanks, like you said, and he's just going to use these first maybe 2, 4, 6 Hellions at the most, because he's not getting Blue Flame. If he does switch and get Blue Flame, then I'll be wrong, but he's probably just going to use these for map control, denying any creep at the naturals, so his tank push that is going to follow up after this won't have to go, won't get stopped as far because of the creep, so he's going to be able to siege up right at his natural.
And it looks like the Hellions are going to be able to get down that Roach Warren possibly. But the Queen comes in to try and defend it. Although we'll see if that, because if that Roach Warren goes down, it's going to be huge. Although it looks like we got a Spine Crawl moving up here to try and get rid of those Hellions. Looks like we got the second Queen joining the fight and a couple Zerglings here. Looks like that one Queen's going to be taken out though. Maybe. It's almost dead. And it looks like those Hellions are going to retreat back to their base, letting the Roach Warren finish. Don't really like the placement of that Roach. I mean, I guess he's using the Roach Warren as a block off, but I think you should probably keep that a little bit further back in your main.
Yeah, the Terran is being pretty ballsy with these Hellions. He hasn't lost any so far. I don't think he has one at 14 health, but maybe he has lost one. There's 1, 2, 6. So no, I don't think he has. But he's adding on 2 more barracks, and he did switch over the factory, and so he's getting siege tanks. Siege tank is not yet started, but he's going to be pumping out a lot of Marines. Going to be pumping out tanks single file. He's got his second up. Let's see if he floats that over. Looks like he's content just building more SCVs from it, but he's way oversaturated already, so he needs that that natural expansion, and this is the perfect time to do it. I mean, you get Hellions for the map control. The Zerg doesn't have map control at this point. This is like the perfect time to expand, so now he is doing it, but it is quite a bit delayed than he could have done it, but I'm not going to judge his decision making, because he is playing the game, and I am not. I am just watching and casting. For my all, might as well be God. He might as well be a peasant, so that's the reason for his decision making, but yeah.
Yeah, so we do have a siege tank out now. It looks like siege mode is just about to be finished. So like you said, like we said actually, he is obviously transitioned to siege tanks. We'll see if Frosty decides to transition into banelings from these roaches. No roaches have been morphed in yet. I don't believe so. Just a bunch of speedlings. But he should be morphing in some roaches in pretty shortly, I would think. He is morphing his main base into a lighter here. And it looks like we got some more Hellion push coming in here. But there are 2 spine crawlers here to try and defend against it.
Yep, and I was about to say, we'll see if he throws down a scan, and he does, just denying this creep. Like I said earlier, these 2 fresh creep tumors are going to get taken out without being able to spread at even once. We do have a good Overlord spread in the main base from Frosty, but if a drop does happen, those are going to be really easy targets before these mutas come in. Looks like the Spire is just now finishing as he's taking his 3rd base, getting a lot more lings out. +1/+1 is nearly finished, and this push from the Terran is coming out. So hopefully this +1/+1 will finish, and hopefully he knows this is coming so he can morph in some banelings, because this is going to do a lot of damage if he cannot get those banelings up, and if he does not get his hits correctly. And it looks like he's sieging up way far back, getting that siege line ready to go, putting up the siege tank. Look at that position on that 3rd siege tank behind the ridge, so no wings will be able to attack it. This is good position right here, and this is what the Zerg does not want. He does not want the Terran to get in this position.
Yeah, I don't even think, is there even a baneling nest out now? I mean, there's the Spire that's just about to finish, but I don't even think there's a baneling nest.
Wow, you're
we have
right.
a micro hatch coming out now though, but I think Frost is going to be in some trouble here with this push. Unless he can get mutas out in time, but...
Well, he's got a lot of lings, and they are +1/+1, so he's going Stefano style, just pure ling, and there he goes. Looks like he will clean this up. Wow, +1/+1 lings are strong.
Yeah, wow, he pretty much, I mean, he took a lot of hits, but I mean, he did have a lot of...
What are banelings?
And it looks like Frosty's going to be heading back towards Rejecki's base here.
Yep, he's going to see that bunker and that nice supply depot wall and some siege tanks behind it, and he's going to know he can't attack into that. But he did hold off that first push perfectly. I mean, he still had army left over, and as a Zerg, I mean, if you can have any army left over after any engagement, that's just like free cookies. I mean, that's just extra army that you don't expect to have. I mean, a Zerg expects to trade all 100% of his army just to hold off any push, because that's basically how a Zerg works, so he can continue to grow his economy and get the correct unit composition he wants to end the game. Early and mid game are primarily just to stop any pushes, because you can't really push into a Terran like this unless it's an all-in baneling bust or something like that. But we do have 7 mutas on the way. Going to get some good harassment in there, because we do have only 1 turret down, so there's only 1 turret to protect these mutas, and it's not really in the best spot to protect them. So these mutas are going to do a lot of damage.
Okay, so apparently the stream is lagging again. I apologize. For some reason, I have to figure out how to fix my bitrate and buffer rate. Apparently, college Ethernet, although it should be a constant rate per upload because it's Ethernet, not wireless, I would think. But apparently, it's not very constant at all. It looks like though, but I'll try and fix that after this game. But it looks like Frosty is pushing with his lings into the same base, and he destroyed the rocks. And it looks like Regeki's destroying the other side of the rocks. So at some point, I guess they're gonna meet, and we'll see if either decides to push.
Here come the mutas into the main base. They forced the SCVs off the line, and here come the Marines to ward them off. He did kill that first turret, the only turret that was there. So he's just going to be content to leave. I mean, you don't want to ever take Marines head on unless you're Jaedong or unless they're solo Marines by themselves. But yeah, he's going to do the smart thing, just get a little harassment in, and now with these mutas, he has the map control again. No more Hellions on the map, and he has Zergling muta, which is basically the map control units for the Zerg. So he's going back in for a second round of muta harass, and he's got a ton of Zerglings ready to counterattack the third.
Yeah, it looks like we got a Thor's on its way too, so that's going to do really good damage against those Mutalisks. And it looks like those Mutalisks tried to push in again, but they were denied by a bunch of Regeki's Marines. And it looks like you said, Frosty does have a bunch of Zerglings here to try and get that main when it goes down. I think Regeki's kind of anticipating this because there was that Zergling here and he kind of hesitated to put it down, but it looks like it's going to be going down now, and we should be seeing these Speedlings heading over there any second. And as he's going to be going in with that, he's probably going to be heading in with those Mutalisks. Because it's hard to defend two places at the same time.
Oh yeah, double-pronged attacks, triple-pronged attacks, any pronged attacks are always good. Looks like Regeki does, like you said, smell the Zergling attack, but here comes the mutas in the main base. Do not get hit by the Thor, and they don't, so they barely squeak out of there, but there goes the Zerglings into the third as soon as the SCV's transfer is what he was waiting for, and it's a huge counterattack. It's going to take out these two tanks rather successfully. These Lings are 2-2, so it's going to do huge damage, and the Planetary Fortress is not up yet, so every single SCV, unless he micros them away, which he is doing, but he's going to lose a lot of workers, and that it was a successful counterattack. He's going to escape with a good amount of Zerglings, and he does quite a bit of damage. 2 tanks are sniped, and quite a few SCVs. Let's take a look at the worker loss count, and 20 total. The Zerg player, 21, I'm sorry, the Zerg player is killed, but this Planetary Fortress is up now, so any future counterattacks will not happen until, I'm guessing, he gets the Crackling upgrade.
Yeah, what's actually kind of interesting here, I guess because Frosty has been attacking with a lot of Zerglings, Frosty is, as far as units lost in total, Frosty has actually lost a lot more units. He has lost 125 units, but only lost 3.4k minerals, whereas Regeki only lost 79 units, but has lost 6.1k minerals. So, one has lost a lot of one has surprisingly lost a lot of units, and the other one has lost a lot of minerals.
And yeah, that's
14 banelings are morphing here actually, so that's a lot of banelings, and that's going to do some damage against those tanks for Marines.
Yep, he's got a lot of Zergling, Speedling, Baneling, and a huge Mutaball now, and he's continuing the harass and hasn't gotten many Mutalisks even taken out. Don't know the exact count, obviously, but a lot of Marines there does take out that tank, so his harass is very good. And as you were saying, that resource loss count usually looks the opposite in a ZVT. Usually you see a bunch of resources lost for the Zerg because they're able to just remax and repopulate their army so quickly. So it's usually them just throwing away army after army to the Terran player. But the Zerg is actually being quite cost efficient in a ZVT. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases up now. He's taking the gold. And here comes a small push, but it's just Marines. This can be cleaned up.
That's a huge amount of Banelings, and he easily was able to get rid of that.
I don't know what that push was. It was just a half. He didn't take any siege tanks with him, just a couple medivacs and Marines. He does have a drop up at the northern location, so maybe that was just a diversionary tactic, but Frosty has a couple spine crawlers there to defend it, and he's going to clean this up.
Yeah, and it looks like Frosty's almost at 200 food, so we should be seeing a final push coming out of him. And just going off a food count, Frosty is just way ahead. I mean, he's almost maxed, and Regeki is only at 110, so I think the game is definitely favoring Frosty right here, and he could be going on to his second win.
Yeah, man, Frosty is doing a great job. I mean, pretty much doing a ZVD clinic right here. He's looking like an Idra, already maxed, getting his money banked up so that he can, if he does even lose this engagement. But we do have an engagement coming in here as he hits the max mark. He's going to go in here and he's going to try to take off this wall with the Banelings. We'll see where he goes. Looks like he's backing up because he knows that's a huge wall. But no, he's going back in after all the Zerglings have died. And here come the Banelings, huge busts. Will they get the... Yeah.
Oh, there's still the Thor. The Thor goes, oh, at the last minute the medevac picks up the Thor. But it looks like those Banelings still did a huge amount of damage to the wall. Tank goes down right when it comes out. And it looks like we should be seeing a GG from Rejeki anytime soon.
Yeah, this is definitely GG. Cute Micro picking up the Thor, but I mean, it's not really going to matter. You have Banelings in your base, you have no wall. Mutalisks are still alive and healthy. I mean, there's tons of them. They have +2 attack as well, and Frosty's taking his 6th base behind this. The entire map is his. Even if everything dies here, he's maxed again and still building up resources. Looks like the Mutalisks will get pushed back for the time being. Looks like just Rejeki is just trying to hold on to this game. I mean, it is a clan war, so they're gonna fight it out to the last breath. Most clan wars end up this way. They don't really GG before they really want to. I mean, they want to stay in the game as long as possible because they are fighting for their clan, not really just for themselves. So it's more on the line per se. But it's looking pretty grim for the Terran player. Just a few siege tanks, marines, medivacs, and a Thor to his name. And that's not so good against the maxed out Zerg who's banking minerals and has the entire side of his map.
Yeah, he's also Frosty has also been starting to get corruptors and a greater spire. He's just about to finish here, and Frosty is just, I mean, 200 food to 71 food. I think it's a pretty easy call here.
Yep, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he just went in with these Mutalisks and just killed them all. Like, if he didn't care, he'll probably send them in right now on a suicide mission. These Marines are coming and he doesn't even care, or he does care, so he is going to save them, but I was thinking he was going to just waste them so he could have food for his broodlords, and yeah, well, he is wasting them right now too, so that was actually a misclick, but a huge counterattack, Speedlings and Banelings to the Planetary. Wow. The Planetary instantly dies. If that doesn't cause a GG, I don't know what will.
Looks, we got some more Zerglings and Banelings heading over into the natural expansion and then into the main here. Some siege tanks here to try and defend it off, but obviously those are going to get easily taken out here. Should be seeing a GG anytime soon.
Yeah, kaboom go the Banelings. You got Zerglings in your base, bro. You only have one base left, and you have one base floating. There's not much he can do here. He just doesn't want to leave the game. We got a bunch of Broodlords, 7 Broodlords flying on their way to the main base, and Rejeki has nothing to stop this. He has a Thor and like 4 Marines, yeah, 7 Marines to be exact.
21 more Banelings have come out. We got Frosty is on 95 drones. It's not looking good.
Yeah, this is 8 Harvesters to 95. This is just waiting for the Terran player to leave the game. Looks like he's trying to do a counterattack drop. I don't know what he hopes to achieve with this. Just a Thor and 8 Marines and 5 Medivacs, but he already has Corruptors there, and he of course has the means to take this out without even relocating his main army. And there goes the drop, and he's going to GG right after that. So Frosty looking really good. I mean, swiftly taking out Chrome, the Protoss player, with a pretty easy-looking game, and now making it look easy yet again. I mean, good counterattacks, good harassment, good decision-making. He held off that first push with the +1/+1 Lings just completely easily. I mean, any other Zerg, if they didn't have those +1/+1 Lings and no Banelings, I mean, they would get completely crushed, and that push itself probably would have forced the Zerg to GG, but he's just showing you what Stefano thinks, that Lings are good units, man.
Yep, I'm doing a quick speed test here because I still can't figure out. Everyone will see my download speed and the upload speed here. And please, if you have any recommendations here, I mean, my bitrate and buffer rate are set. Unless I'm messing up like the ratio between the buffer and buffer rate, there's no reason why. See, like there's no reason why it should be doing this. Look at that upload. That's 11 megabits a second. That's like kilobits. That's like what 11,000 or something like that. The whole thing. Hmm.
It's quite unfortunate if the stream is lagging, but what can you do?
To change bitrate and have it take effect, you have to turn off stream for at least 30 seconds. Yeah, I know you have to turn off the stream. I think I'm gonna try and change it now. I guess I have to lower it? Am I supposed to lower it or higher it? That's what I'm confused on, because I lowered it. It's low. It's at like, my bitrate is 600 and my buffer rate is 600. But look at my upload speed, it's 11.32 megabits a second. So if anyone... Okay, well I'm gonna turn off the stream for like 5 seconds. So...